Right here.
Well, Coach, since I'm up first, I'm just going to go ahead and ask you for the rundown of the players that we ask for you every year.
Well played. Well played. And yeah, I want to start off just by thanking everybody involved in the recruiting process. It takes so much. First and foremost, our assistant coaches and their wives, girlfriends, families for all the sacrifices that they make that culminates in a class like this. Everybody associated with our athletic department, our university, whether it's travel or just somebody that said hi to somebody in the airport that makes that person have a favorable impression of Eugene, Oregon and the University of Oregon, it all matters. And we've gotten guys because of that and just having a great positive experience, whether it's Autzen Stadium or, again, Eugene, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, wherever it may be. Again, it all matters. Then just to run it down, I think we hit today in terms of no surprises, good or bad, which is always kind of sometimes maybe your goal on signing day. Had a couple of late activity here in the last 3-4 days that we kind of saw coming, and couldn't be happier. Also the guys on campus, whether that's DeForest Buckner or the guys that are already enrolled. In addition to that, the biggest news of the day as far as our campus was concerned is we put Matt Pearson on scholarship, so you can add that to the list for Westland, Oregon native, and every man on the offensive line this year. Pierce Dog is a scholarship student athlete. And then we'll just run down the list. I don't know, you guys have, what version do you have? Do you have any?
We're passing it
There
out
you go.
now.
I thought it was
This is the up-to-date.
up-to-date. There's
All
breaking
accounted
news. We have final dotted i's and crossed t's here. Is it alphabetical, or how do you have it?
Alphabetical, JC separate from
Okay.
high school.
I'll just go alphabetical and just do where the van. But Brady Aiello, I think he's a guy that is typical, and I'll probably say this more than once in this class, of guys that are very multiple. We've got kind of a category of big guys that are multiple that he would fit into, and then a category of kind of skilled versatility, which we love. And Brady is a guy that has only played football a couple of years. Just started playing football. He's a competitive swimmer. He's a big, long athlete. I think we have him listed at, what is he listed at? 6'6", 260, 6'7", 260. Great looking body type, great family from Northern California. Team captain, 18 of our 22-ish guys are team captains, and another great student. A guy that we'll try him out at center and hopefully be able to play at all 5 positions on the front. Ugo Amadi is an early enrollee that's already here. We had a workout with our current roster this morning, and very excited about what he brings to the table. Is probably a generous 5'10" there, 183, electric, also powerful. Saw him work out a little bit in the weight room and did some really good things. Kind of the benefits of circumstance and timing with some other action around the country with Ugo, and just fell right into place. I think that was a result of us dealing with guys very honestly. I think we got some guys in this class because we deal with guys very honestly. I think we lost some guys in this class because we deal with guys very honestly, and that usually ends up kind of working itself out. Again, just a very talented guy. Physical, can change direction, probably has the ability, he's a corner body type, has the hips and the change of direction to play corner, physical enough to tackle and make plays in space. Could also be a safety nickel type guy long term. Gary Baker played for Tim Salt at Upland, a great program in the Inland Empire area of Southern California. They lost in the semis, I believe, of the section championship. And Gary's an interesting story. His parents had worked in Upland. They had lived outside of Upland. He moved there. Their entire family moved to right near where their jobs were, and he was ruled ineligible by the CIF. And initially it was a certain amount of time, and it kept going, and it was the entire season. And I think the most impressive thing about him is Coach Salter said he never missed one snap of practice, and was their best practice player all season long. And so just the type of guy that would take to work through that and in his mind's eye, see that light at the end of the tunnel. It says a lot about him. One of the greatest home visits of all time. Their entire family, huge family, was there. Had about, I don't know, 35 or 40 in attendance, about 4 or 5 of us, and they sang this very emotional Samoan song. It was unbelievable. Visualized the Samoan, like Von Trapp family singers or something, and it was awesome. And you know, multiple family members were crying, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life and been part of. And very soft-spoken guy. One of another cool part about Gary on his last time that I was able to see him, which was whatever it was, week and a half, 2 weeks ago. He like brought me back to his counselor's office twice, trying to get his last grade reported on his semester transcript, which was a 4.0. And so just a really neat kid. Paris Bostic, junior college linebacker from Santa Monica Junior College, Santa Monica, California, obviously. Was originally from Tampa Plant High School, a very you know, prestigious type of high school in Tampa, Florida. Robert Wiener is from there. A bunch of Eric Dungy, a bunch of other notable guys from Plant have been there originally. Went to Georgia for a couple different reasons. Ended up back at Santa Monica. Played both sides of the ball there for Coach Lindenheim. They had a package in it for him on offense every week, and he's kind of a box safety slash linebacker, just depending on how he continues to grow and develop, and has really grown to be a much more physical guy over the last couple of years. Excited about what he brings to the table for sure. Jake Breland from Trabuco Hills. They won their section championship at Trabuco, which is something new for them, and in great part to his skill set. A guy that is kind of more of an outside, receiver, tight end-ish type guy right now, but we foresee him sliding down and being a fast, physical guy. His dad played at USC, which was painful for him to see him put on the green and yellow, but another honor student, great kid, and just another versatile guy. Again, I'm going to say versatile 47 times, so note that, Rob Mosley, whatever her name is. Drayton Carlberg from De La Salle High School in Minneapolis. Sean McMenemy, his high school coach, does a great job. They lost in the state championship game. Multi-sport guy, wrestler, big time, national wrestler type guy. Also a basketball player. He was recruited a bunch on both sides of the ball. Some people as a defensive lineman, some people as an offensive lineman. Initially, we see him as a defensive lineman, but the offensive line, Coach Graywood and the offensive staff have already tried to lay their claim to him. Just a great guy to have on our team because of that versatility and because of his athleticism and toughness. He's one of many guys. He was in the Semper Fi game. You guys know all that stuff now. That used to be a secret, but everybody knows everything now. Gus Cumberlander, for a long time we thought was our big hidden gem, but he was not so hidden over the last several weeks. But I think due to his character, his mom standing firm, he remained committed to us after just an onslaught of recruiting activity from a lot of people kind of in his region. But just a long, athletic guy. Again, initially we see him as a defensive guy, but again, Coach Graywood has already tried to lay claim to him, but he will be a defensive guy. Great hips, great pad level and power that he has, and just again, another fun kid to be around. Was a captain on his team as well. Taj Griffin from McEachern High School in Powder Springs, Georgia. Just north of Atlanta. Coach Hockman, excellent high school program, obviously the home of Ty Griffin, his brother. And Ty did a fantastic job for us this fall as a scout team player, both as a quarterback and fitting in when he wasn't the quarterback, playing somewhere else. And he can really run. Ty is electric fast. Hello? And he says Taj is faster. So we can't wait to see him at full strength. He got hurt. Thanks, Dave. Taj got hurt in the first game of his senior year and missed all of that. And he's on track. He's on campus. Do we have to evacuate the building?
No, it's kind of distracting.
But he's already on campus, has a great attitude about getting healthy and all that good stuff. Very versatile guy again. I mean, could be a defensive back, could be a returner, receiver, tailback, and we'll sort all that out down the road. Jake Hansen from Eureka, California, just on the other side of the border. Team captain guy, great, you know, just again a very physical guy, really good pad level, finishes really well. Needs to get bigger, faster, stronger, all that stuff. Plays at a slightly different level of football than a couple other guys in this class, but has a huge upside. Watching his tape, his brother also plays college football, plays at Humboldt State, and very excited about Jake. Dylan Kane, that's how you say that, from Kamehameha, coached by Doug Cosby, the former Dallas Cowboy tight end. They've done a phenomenal job there with Dylan. He was kind of in and out of the lineup a little bit this year. Was the 100-meter state champion in Hawaii last year. Has both safety and corner skills. Has great ball skills. He played some wideout as a returner. Again, just fitting into that versatile category once again. Canton Kamatule is on campus, and he's huge and runs around really well. We first look at him on defense. Again, a guy that is a big, versatile guy. They lost the state championship in Hawaii. Got there. Coach Ane at Punahou, phenomenal program. He was again a guy that was team captain, honor student, all that stuff. And Canton has already has the body type, and now just needs to figure out all the details, get in shape, do all the things that will require him to do, and excited to see him do that. Fotu Leato from Steilacoom was a guy that was kind of off the grid there for a while, and then just got an onslaught of recruiting activity over the last couple of months. I think people actually seeing him in person after he became kind of the internet sensation, just a human highlight film type of guy, just loves to run and hit. Our recruiting office said that his highlight film is apparently the most watched huddle clip of all time. Matt, I think, contributed to that by 17,000 hits. But fun guy to watch. Obviously reminds the Troy Polamalu factor, mainly because of our similar hairstyles, Fotu and I. But great player. See him as a safety initially, and then can be a nickel hybrid, depending on how he develops. Shane Lemieux played for Coach Litter at West Valley, or now Coach Litter at West Valley in Yakima. He again, a big physical guy, versatile. Has been recruited by a bunch of people on both sides of the ball. Those are again the kind of guys we like. Has played both sides, both guard and tackle, and then was recruited again defensively by a few people. We'll bring him in and figure out what his best spot is. His biggest thing is just he's a very physical guy and hangs his hat on that. Malik Lovett, as I said, Lovett, Coach Bruick at Redlands East Valley. Had a phenomenal season. They won the state championship in California after winning the section. This guy's special, just in his vibe, his energy, everything about him. Again, a guy, broken record, guy that played everywhere and was recruited everywhere. As a corner, as a safety, as a specialist, obviously, a tailback, a receiver, and Rev is a program that's kind of been on the rise ever since Coach Brook has been there. It was the first state championship in school history, and Malik is a neat kid. Remind a bunch of you guys of Keenan Lowe, just with his energy and how he goes about his business. Rex Manu from state champion Mililani, played for Coach York. He was originally committed somewhere else in the Pac-10, and his team. And him obviously came to our team camp last year, and after that, and after some time, had decided to change his commitment. Just a grinder, defensive lineman, great hands. Some people were recruiting him as a center, just with this kind of hand first step combination is special. And really excited to see this guy once he's on campus. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but tremendous leverage, and just has a great feel for using his hands and getting his hips past you. What's that? Oh. I'm talking in class today. Kirk Merritt, phenomenal athlete. Same spark score as A.J. Jacobson, I believe, tied it last season from Destrehan in Louisiana. Coach Robichaud, they've done a phenomenal job, great program. They lost in the state championship game in Louisiana, and just again a guy who can play a lot of places. We see him initially as a receiver, and kind of how that goes, whether it's outside to inside or inside to tailback. An offensive guy initially, and Coach Neal's definitely already tried to put his hooks in him as well, because again, a guy who's recruited nationally at every position. Jonah Moy from Riverside Community College, Tom Kraft, who's had a long storied career. We have a great relationship with him, and really love this kid. Went to a high school that hasn't produced a ton of talent, and kind of led to him being at Riverside. They lost in the state championship game at the junior college level. He was the MVP of the team. He was a rugby All-American, big time rugby family, and really some big upside with this guy. He is another guy that's committed elsewhere for a long time, and kind of kept putting his feelers out to a few different people, and really heated up recruiting wise here the last couple weeks, and came down to the very end for Jonah. But when you sit there with him and his family, he's our kind of guy. I'm excited about getting him here. Alex Ofadale, AJ Ofadale, his dad played at Missouri. He's from Rockbridge High School right in Columbia, Missouri. And AJ was a great player, all-time player at Missouri, played in the NFL for a while. And Alex is an early enrollee. He's already on campus. Got a chance to see him work, and I've heard some early reports of just his habits and what he's done, and really excited about him. Love his film. He's a big guy, very physical player, great hands, great range. He can go up and get it, can use his body and kind of post up for leverage and make plays. Really excited about his long-term future. I think when he gets, in a full-time strength program and does a couple things, he has a chance to be special, very special. Zach Oken, also on campus from Newbury Park High School. Coach Fabricius has been there for quite a while. Coach Gregory's had a long relationship with him. Another team captain, honor student, all that stuff. I think he was our first commit of this class. They lost in the championship game of their section, so really good program. Has a really powerful first step, great strike, close quarters combat type of guy, very physical. Just needs to get in shape. I think that's going to be his biggest thing as far as early on of watching him go. He's already big enough. He's going to be faster and stronger as everything goes through. And just getting in shape is always a big thing for those guys when they first get here. Jairi Stewart from Centennial High School in Corona, California. Matt Logan, we've known for a long time, does an unbelievable job there. They won their section, and they lost to De La Salle, Concord De La Salle, in the state championship game in the what's that called, open division in California. Jairi again is everywhere. We see him as a corner to start with, corner safety, and will be involved in the return game as well, and sort it out from there. Great range, will hit you. And just another kind of guy out of their pen that knows how to practice and knows how to work, and is a guy that gives us some versatility on the back end. Calvin Throckmorton from Newport High School in Bellevue, Washington, overcame his parents both being alums of that school up there in the purple, and chose to come down here. And we didn't recruit against them necessarily, but just kind of for us. Honor student, had a great student as well as a captain. We had a lot of fun with that with his parents too. But again, I think I already said it, but the guy that was recruited, some on the defensive line, some on the offensive line, and Calvin is a big guy, has a young body that's gonna really develop with Coach Rad in the strength program, and he will start as an offensive lineman here when he gets here. That's what he wants to play. And we'll go from there. And then Travis Waller played for AJ Gass at Servite High School, team captain, great student, great kid, awesome guy, great leader, honor student, off the charts guy. Every coach that we talked to, and not only at Servite, but teams that he played against, which is arguably the best league in California. Loved this guy. Everybody that had him in an all-star game loved him. Everybody that had him, camps and all that stuff loved him. And when we've been around him, just a really impressive, mature young man. Again, comes in, gets a year of lifting and all that good stuff, and really excited to see Travis. He's on schedule. He should be here for spring ball, and so he, along with those 5 other early enrollees, I think gives those guys a good little jump start on things, and they'll have as good chance as anybody to have a significant contribution. And after AJ's question, that concludes today.
Raise your hand if you have questions. We're going to Rick Morgan back here.